freedom of speech is a luxury if you don't have your freedom of property or freedom of ownership of your finances. And he's got a good point. And so we got into a big dispute with some of the big tech platforms in 2020 about freedom of speech. Web 2 platforms weren't like saying as saints or things. And you really start going down the rabbit hole of what that all means.
Yeah.
But that's a luxury when you can eat and you can have a place to put your head and all these other things. We saw some of those freedoms taken away in the last year or two in even G7 countries. So I asked, and at the end I said, is this the most important fight for humanity, digital property rights? And he said, yes, it is. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that because they feed into AI, so it's not just even thinking about the web as it is now, like we're not talking about fixing Web 2. We're already past that. The rate of innovation that's happening in AI now is being done in a Web 2 platform model, is monolithic platforms, proprietary technology. And that's dangerous, but also it's very limited. It's very limiting. We just talked about earlier, like if you really want to realize the full value of it, if you want it to enable anybody and everybody to participate, I mean, maybe we don't even call it a founder anymore. Maybe it's just like what everybody does to varying degrees of participating in the digital economy, wherever you are in the world, with this kind of fluid, I actually think the interesting thing about Web3 is it reconciles certain tensions that have existed since the industrial era. You've kind of got the individual and the sovereignty of the individual. You've got collectivism, and you've kind of got free market fundamentalism. And they've kind of all been at odds with one another for quite a while, to the point whereby, political identity is almost, defined by it, right? Polarized by it. The interesting thing about Web3 is it allows you to preserve the sovereignty of the individual. It allows for fluid collectivism. So when DAOs actually get up and running, I can join a DAO and I can exit a DAO. I can join multiple DAOs. I can bestow my wealth and assets into a particular DAO. I can, you can have certain levels of people that will derive value and income on my behalf by me pooling. And this kind of digital cooperatism that can be enabled by DAO. So I'm a sovereign individual in a collective context, but without big state. And because of the permissionless nature of the market that I'm operating in, it's a free market. It's there's free market fundamentalism in there. Now again, that comes with loads of challenges. So what is antitrust in Web3? Binance has 34% of crypto. They actually just lost crypto trading. Binance is owned by one person. There are no shareholders to Binance. It's CZ. Now, I quite like CZ. But, so there's two questions. Is he benevolent? Or could he be captured? State capture in whatever context you want to look at that. A lot of risk associated in one person for 1/3 of the market. How's antitrust managed in a decentralized free market? So you do need levels of state participation, but is that on a nation state context? Anyway, bit of a sidetrack, but so it reconciles some things that have been in tension for a long time, but then it also raises other questions, like, do you really want to live in an unbridled market? With no brakes on what's happening. So there does need to be an interplay between states. And I think the arguments for digital property rights and the sovereignty of identity, data, and other forms of wealth, I think need to be hard coded in the web before AI kicks in. Because if it doesn't, then it's more dangerous and it's actually less interesting.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.